Hello everyone. Today we are going to do a feature showcase on the dress form transmogrifier and the hue transmogger. So these are two items you can find at the Magentia Stone Exchange, and the dress form transmogrifier lets you transmog any item of the same kind into another item, and then the hue transmogger lets you transfer hues from one item to another, and it will work on anything. The dress transmogger will only work on certain things. So let's go ahead and double click this. The dress form transmogger, you can choose what to transmog: armor, shields, or clothing. We don't allow earrings or jewelry and stuff like that because it can unbalance it for different races and also for different classes. So we limit it to the armor, shields, and clothing. Weapons cannot be transmogged because of their specials and the way that it's baked into the client. Now, it does cost some sovereigns. Remember, all sovereigns can be bought in-game with gold. So with that being said, we also wanted to make sure that this was very accessible for new players. And so instead of it just being a flat fee to transmog, it actually will scale based on the items. So as you're leveling and you get different items, let's say you get an order shield or you get this metal kite shield of vitality. So this is a major artifact that is going to cost more to transmog than this item that has less properties on it. So as you're leveling up, you can still look really cool, but not having to spend a ton of gold to get there. And so that's really important. We wanted to make sure it was accessible and then it's scaled with your level so that as you are on your adventure, you can still look awesome, because I mean, that's a huge part of what Ultima Online is about, right? Looking awesome. So let's do a test here. Select some equipment. Let's transmog this kite shield into this Hildebrand shield. So as you can see, it says select the equipment that you want to transmog. So it's going to take all the properties from this shield, and then you're going to use this as the appearance. This is the appearance item, the Hildebrand shield. And this item will be destroyed. So once you use it, it's gone. So be very careful that you are putting the right thing in the right area. It now asks us, do we want to keep the original item hue, which is this, or do we want to do the new item hue, which is this? You know what? For this purpose, let's go with the original item hue. Since this is blue, it should change our Hildebrand shield to blue. And now, as you can see, the cost in sovs is 522. This is a major artifact, remember, so this is more endgame gear, and that's why that's more expensive. Since most people are going to get their set of armor and gear once for that endgame, it does charge a little bit more as you get into the really high-end stuff. But remember, it scales. So here we go, we're gonna apply. And there we go. We now have a beautiful Hildebrand shield of vitality, and it's blue. How cool is that? So that's one really cool thing. And now let's say you're like, I don't like the hue of that. It's not my favorite. So that's where the hue transmogger comes in. It can take any color from any item in the game and transmog it to your transfer it basically to your items. So let's say we want it to be this order shield's color, or you know what, even better, let's do this green. Okay, so we're going to double click this, we're going to select the item, and we're going to select the other item. It doesn't have to be the same for the hue transmogger. It can be any item, anything you can wear, the hue can be transferred from. This does have a flat fee of 125 sovereigns, and you're just going to hit OK, and there we go. Now it is green. It's very cool. It's a very intuitive system, very easy to use. It shouldn't be hard, but you can also come over. You don't have to have it in your bag. You can also have one over here. So you can come over here and double click this and, you know, pick the items that you want to transmog the hues for. And as you can see, it actually strips the hue. So that's actually really important. So if you want to bring this back to its normal hue, you can click it and strip it. And there you go. You now have your normal hue back. So that's the original hue. And there's also items in the game, by the way. You don't have to use the hue transmogger to do that. It actually would be a waste of sovereigns to do that. There's items in the game that will strip the color off of your off of your item from pigments, and you can actually craft them as well. So that's just something to keep in mind. But yeah, so let's try something that's a little less expensive, right? Okay, here we go. So here's just a plate mail tunic. All right, so let's say we want plate mail tunic, and then let's say we want to change it to let me just add a leather tunic or a leather chest. So let's say we have a leather chest, okay. And we want it to look like that. All right, let me just get that out. All right. Okay, see, they're not crazy items, so the cost is more. See how it scales? So like as you're leveling up, you can continue to change your items, and that's really cool. So we can go ahead and apply that, and there we go. So even though this says a leather tunic, it is actually still the plate mail tunic, and it has all of its properties. So that's really nice. You can do it with clothing as well. And then we also have the transmog equipment and custom cloth hues. So if you want to do something special, we have a whole bunch of very unique items here. We have hooded robes, we have hats, we have epaulets, we have all sorts of shield transmogs. These are very cool. So these allow you to change your shield into like a lantern. So if you want it to look like you're, carrying a light or a magical orb. Actually, let's show that. So we're going to head and buy that. And so let's take our shield here. And let's say we're going to do that one. And we're going to select the shield orb. Okay. And apply. And there we go. Now our shield looks like an orb. Very cool, right? So this is where you can get unique items that aren't necessarily available in the game, or they are, but they wouldn't be transmoggable. So we even have necklaces that we redesigned to be neck pieces, not jewelry, because we don't allow transmogging of jewelry. So you could change your gorget to a necklace or anything like that. We have the sword belts, we have the mace belts, we have cloaks, we have all sorts of cool lantern hues. And we also have the quivers. So you can take an item like a cloak and you can turn it into a quiver. There it is. Very cool. It's just a very simple system, works very well. And then let's say we want to change the hue of that. Okay, let's look at a custom cloth hue. So here's all the really cool customs. And this is all the same prices across the board. We wanted to make sure that it was accessible. And so let's say we want that to be a crazy fire. Yeah? All right, so let's buy that. Now we're going to hit the hue transmogger and just transfer it over. Look at that. Looks cool as hell. It's a very cool system. We hope you enjoy it. There's so many options, and if you have any suggestions that you want to see on here that you haven't, so like we even had some suggestions for cosmetic glasses that go in your earring slots, and then the same for gargish glasses, and we added those because they're just cool. So we could drag those on, and as you can see, it's in the earring slot so that you can still wear your helmet. Which one's my helmet? There we go. So I can still wear a helmet while having the cool glasses, and you can dye those so they look really cool. So let's change those to like a nice red so they'll look creepy, and then we'll put those back on. And now I have some Terminator eyeballs. It's just the possibilities are endless, and we wanted to, give you options. Clothing is so personable in Ultima Online, so the ability to transmog items into different items and then change their hues and have a selection of unlimited colors and hues is so important to the personalization and your journey. Plus, it scales, and so you can do this throughout your entire journey on UOAlive. Anyway, if you want to look cool, come to Magencia, check out the custom cloth hues, check out the hue transmogger, check out the transmog equipment, and check out the dress form Transmogrifying. And if you have any suggestions for things you want to see added, any hues you want to see added, any items you want to see added, feel free and post them on the suggestion forums. We are always open to adding more. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed it. It helps us to get the word out. Leave a comment. It also helps us to get the word out of the server and get more people playing. And a like if you liked it. Thanks very much. See you in the next one.